Do you ever feel like you're running on empty? Like you know what you want to do, but it almost feels like there's nothing left in the tank to make it happen? Well, it's something that comes up when I'm talking with clients all the time. But in the last couple of weeks, it's dominated conversations I've had with both clients and prospective clients. And it seems there's this theme going around at the moment where people just, or a lot of people at least, feel stressed, overwhelmed, frustrated, like they're being pulled from pillar to post, like the demands of life are weighing them down. And they're all for different reasons. You know, it's not the same reoccurring theme that's coming up, but there's just this sense and the feeling that a lot of people right now are experiencing that sense of feeling empty. And it's something I've mentioned before on previous episodes. It's something I talk about with clients all the time in my kind of S.H.I.T.E framework. The E is for energy. For that reason, whenever I'm speaking with clients, we always look at what their energy levels are like. And our energy isn't a fixed state. And I think that's sometimes where people feel they have either got it or they haven't. And the reality is, people, events, circumstances do one of two things. They either kind of drain us of our energy or they radiate more energy within us. And life happens, and you're not going to walk around in this bubble where you're unaffected by events and circumstances. But as I've mentioned before, it's how we react and respond to it that's important, but also how we manage our energy levels. You know, are we doing things? Are we making sure there's sufficient kind of lifestyle strategies, habits, and rituals which are naturally kind of topping up our energy levels? And again, I've shared this on socials before. In a recent workshop that I shared, I talked about the idea that, like our mobile phones, the battery, we wouldn't let that run on empty. So why do we let it happen to ourselves? So it's about choosing to be more kind of proactive rather than reactive. When we get busy, it's often the time we forget to do the things that help us to stay topped up and to stay kind of more balanced. But if you have things that happen on a reoccurring basis, whether that be daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually, that are just contributing towards keeping yourself topped up, that's where it's going to be so much easier to manage your energy levels. And then on those occasions where you do feel drained and empty, it's going to be much more effective for you to recover from it. So have a little think, you know, what strategies do you have? What mind fitness strategies do you already have in your life that help you to keep topped up? Are you doing them frequently and consistently enough? Is there anything you could add to that? Not to put extra strain or burden on you, but is there anything else that you could weave in to your life to help keep things topped? And they don't have to be complicated. In a previous episode, I talked about 10 mind fitness strategies that you can use to help. I'll reference to that in the comments below, in the description below, and then you can have a look at that, and maybe that will inspire some ideas for yourself. So yeah, think about your energy levels like the charge on your mobile phone. You know, if it's starting to get low, you don't let it run completely empty. You plug it back in, you give it a boost, you give it a charge. So do the same with yourself. You know, take the time to give yourself the boost that you need, and yeah, just don't kind of keep going on autopilot and then wonder why there's nothing left. And again, life happens. We can't control all the events, but the one thing we can do is control the way we allow ourselves to choose to react and respond to it. So let me know in the comments, what's one takeaway that you're going to take away from this concept, this idea? What action can you start to take in your life on a consistent basis that's going to help keep your energy reserves topped up as best as you possibly can? And remember, you're only human, so there will be times when it goes up or down, but hopefully this has given you some ideas, maybe some encouragement, maybe some inspiration as to some of the things that maybe you could start to do more consistently in your life. And again, look below for the links for the workshop where I go over some of these things in a bit more detail, and previous posts where I've talked about some ideas and exercises that you can do quite easily and simply in your life. So any questions, let me know. Until next time, have yourself a fantastic day. Remember, what your mind believes, you will achieve.